Here's the reality. Who you are when no one's looking, it's who you really are. It's a tough truth. If we're not careful, we can fool ourselves into thinking that as long as everyone else is impressed by what they see, well, then I must be impressive. We're often taught that in the real world, the perception is reality. Well, you ever heard that one? I mean, in the world we live in, that may be true, but in the real world where God is looking, reality is reality and perception doesn't matter. We live in a world that celebrates appearances, where it's easy to put on a show and to make sure we look right and sound right, seem right. Psalm 101 cuts through all of that. Right? David was a king, but he wasn't just interested in being a king who ruled a nation. He wanted to start by ruling his own heart well. He starts by the psalm by saying, I'm going to sing of your love, your chesed, Lord. I'm going to sing of your justice or your righteousness. I'm going to make music to you. Right? Even as a king, David knew who the real king was. His leadership wasn't about his own glory. It was about reflecting the love, the justice, the righteousness, the character of God. And then in verse 2, he makes this powerful commitment. He says, I will walk in integrity in my house. That's a big deal. Like, integrity is simplicity. What you see is what you get. It's one thing to walk that way in public when other people are watching. It's another thing to do the same behind closed doors. It's easy to act right when you know people are watching and paying attention. It's easy to post Bible verses online, say the right words to everyone, present yourself as someone who has it together. But when the doors are shut, when no one's watching, who are we then? That's what David's getting at. He's not interested in the perception of righteousness. Who cares if others think I'm righteous? Lord, I want you to smile, Lord. I want to be in private what you want me to be in public. I will not walk in wickedness. He says, I'm not going to lay out a worthless thing before my eyes, literally a Belial, that which is destroys and empty and wipes away. What is it that you put before your eyes, that you enter into your life? What are you consuming, right? The words you listen to, the things you watch, the voices you allow to shape you, do they lead you toward wholeness or do they pull you away? So David makes this decision. He says, twisted behavior, I hate it. It won't cling to me. Because the truth is, what we allow in our lives doesn't just sit there. It clings to us. What we admire, the things we admire, we often imitate. And what we tolerate, we eventually embrace. In verse 5, he says, whoever slanders his neighbor in secret, I'll silence that, right? He's committed to real integrity. I want nothing to do with deception or arrogance or dishonesty. Not in my house, not in my life, not in my heart. I want integrity to be the foundation. And then comes the part that really hits home. He says, my eyes are on the faithful of the land, that they may dwell with me. Right? The one who walks in integrity is the one who will serve me. Who you surround yourself matters, and David knew that. He wasn't going to surround himself with liars and manipulators and prideful people. He wanted to be able to trust those people, people who walk in integrity, because he knew they would make him better. The people closest to you shape you, so choose wisely. And finally, David ends with a daily commitment. He says, every morning I will silence wickedness, or silence the wicked. Every morning he's going to renew his commitment to righteousness, because living with integrity isn't a one-time decision. It's a daily choice. So our challenge today is to say, Lord, expose any hidden places in my life where integrity has been compromised. Pray like David did. Lord, search me and know me, test me, cleanse me. And then commit again today to walk in integrity, not just in public, but in the hidden places of your heart. Because the world doesn't need more people who look righteous. It needs more people who are righteous. And that starts with us.